Hey everybody, welcome to the next video. This video is going to be a little bit different than others. It's going to be like a kind of like a mid-beast style video, but I'm gonna probably try to make it a bit more advanced about just looking over a really good player. So today we're looking at Mango Fish. Mango Fish is probably the best Fizz player in the world. He plays, I don't know if he also plays on the Korean server, but I know that he plays on the China Super server, is challenger in it. Basically, he's just known to be one of the best Fizzes, or actually, he just is probably the best Fizz. So we're just going to be looking at some gameplay of him. Honestly, I have like barely skimmed through this, so I'm not going to know everything what's going on. In advance, I'm sorry about this play bar down below. So, I don't know if there's a way for me to not have to go through this. And other than that, I'll be using this program to make it so I can write on the screen, so you guys will be seeing this as well. So that's actually kind of useful. So, what I've noticed with Mango Fish is, firstly, he never pushes the wave, at least during the early game. A lot of the matches that I've recently been looking at on YouTube have been him always letting the opponent shove him under tower, and that's because Fizz early on is kind of bad. Once he reaches 2, he's strong, and once he is level 3, he gets really strong, because then he has his whole entire kit. Now, he's going to get a really good trade here, and we're going to go over why he traded and the things that he did here to make it so he won this trade so hard. Because I just explained, you know, you want to make it so you're shoved in under tower, but it's good to be versatile, and it's good to understand the reasoning behind it. There's a few things here. Firstly, Fizz can already dodge TF gold card. If TF throws it at him, he's going to be able to dodge it. The next thing is that really good players will always be paying attention to their EXP bar, and he is 1 EXP away from leveling up to level 2. So he knows that with these creeps getting really low, obviously it's the blue minions that are going to be dying. There's 2 here. I thought that he was going to E on top of this one and kill it. I actually don't know if that gives enough, but basically he levels up right when he goes for this trade. So we'll play it again and I'll show you. So right here, you see this minion over here is actually going to die. He actually did not hit this creep here. And he knows this. This is not like, oh wow, that was so lucky. He 100% knows this. He's done this inside of some of the other games that I paid attention to, where he actually sometimes all-ins level 5, and then halfway through the battle levels up to 6 when the opponent is on, like, trying to punish the Fizz to go in, and then he just instantly sharks him. So, just using his level 2 advantage here to get a really good trade-off during the early stages of the game. He's just CSing here. Gonna look for a trade. Probably. Okay, so doing that was like a shake hand trade. That's what people call it when you're trading versus somebody and you're both gonna be basically trading each other, which is fine to do. With champions that have a lot of strong all-inning potential, shaking hand trades is quite good. So you're both going to take damage, but the thing is, Fizz is a lot more punishing when he's low, because when TF is low and Fizz is low, who has the lead, really? Who has the advantage? It's going to be Fizz, because Fizz has a way to escape ganks. Fizz has a way to jump on people. TF is completely gated by mobility, so he's not as strong being low. So I guess he wanted to take that trade because it's just good to take even trades. And he also tried to use his E to dodge the cards, but it didn't work on that as well. Yeah, another amazing trade by him. So he's, I guess, reading this TF's movement, like, extremely well. Yeah, he did it for the creep. Okay, so I'll explain what's going on here. Basically, for this trade, the simple way of understanding it is that people will almost always step up to get a creep, and in this case, it's this creep. So TF is going to go for this creep here, right? So he is actually going to try to punish it by just stepping up. And if TF goes for it, you can punish him. And if he doesn't go for it, you denied a melee. That's the most simple way of understanding how trading works inside of the mid lane, for sure. All it is basing your damage on what abilities they have up, and also when they're going for creeps. There's creep is getting low, and TF is stepping up, and I guarantee TF is not stepping up to try to hit this guy. Because if he was, he would be auto-attacking him right now. You saw he channeled his auto, but missed it, so he actually missed that creep. So he was going for the creep, just like I said. He goes in for a Q. With Fizz, you can auto-attack, and then W to reset. Oh wait, he didn't even do that, did he? No, he did, okay, yeah. With Fizz, you can auto-attack reset by using your W, so he procced Electrocute there, and he even used his E in a pretty efficient manner here, where he E's, and then he goes back in a way, and he actually lands on him here, so he gets another good trade-off, so... I mean, he's just winning this super hard. Oh. This is something I learned also from watching this guy, and I literally had people comment on this inside of my games, the people that I'm versing when I've recently been playing more Fizz. Not that much, but just occasionally. So, Fizz Q is an extremely low cooldown, I learned. Extremely low. So, let's look at this. He used Q, goes in, trades, and then on the way out, he trades back. That's just a standard trade, right? And then, when he's walking backwards, will TF expect this guy's Q to almost be back up? Because honestly, most players don't expect it. So he's trying to step up here. Why is he trying to step up? Let's try to understand why he's trying to step up here. He thinks that Fizz used all of his important cooldowns to trade versus him, right? Used all of his important cooldowns. So all of his cooldowns are down. TF wants to get some more auto attacks in to make it so he's not losing so hard. The thing is, Fizz Q is on such a low cooldown that he's actually going to get punished for this. So he steps up, Fizz runs back in. He's probably pretending to go for a CS here. Remember, I talked about this before, that CSing is how people do trades. What is TF going to do if Fizz goes for the CS, right? He's going to look for an auto attack on Fizz. He wants to trade when you're going for CS. This is just like super standard trading routines here. And then when Fizz goes for the CS, rather than going for it, because he knows that this guy's going to go for him, he just immediately goes on this guy and gets another good trade-off. And also burned his barrier, so now he's in kill range. He's not even afraid about that, like, getting hit by his stuff there, because now that this guy has no barrier, he has no potions left, Fizz has his one potion, he basically can kill this guy with just Ignite Q at this point. He's now hard shoving, this is pretty normal, he's trying to make it so the wave crashes so he can try diving this guy. He doesn't need anybody else besides himself here to be able to try to do this. What happens there is quite unfortunate. Lulu actually just saved his life, but he Q'd to gap close, ignite, flash, W, and then ease out so tower doesn't even hit him a single time. He would have died if Lulu didn't save him there. That was pretty crazy mechanics, actually. It was very fast and clean. You know, flash, W, E, immediate, like, he didn't even take a single tower shot there. That was so good. That would have been a solo kill if Lulu didn't come mid. He tried his best, and he's going to immediately reset. He's resetting because he used all of his sums. He has very low mana. He can't shove in the wave anymore. His jungler is pinging, or like, his jungler is trying to do something here. It looks like he might die or he has to run away, but he's not going to try to help his jungler when he's low mana. He's not going to do that kind of stuff. Make sure that you do that, like, in your games. If you ever get into a scenario, it doesn't matter what champion you are, if you're low mana, low HP, don't get yourself into a scenario where a fight's breaking out, like that Graves is trying to fight and take the Scuttle Crab, and you try to join him and you just like ruin your own lane because of it. You always want to focus on making sure that you're okay and healthy before anything. Okay, he went for a Doran's Ring purchase, by the way, which I mean, I'll start doing it too. I mean, if he's done it. Graves looked for a gank there. FIZZ just queued onto a minion to gap close and used his E to try to slow him down. And once again, this guy's spamming. I'm not going to try to pause this much anymore, but this guy is spamming his Q. Like, look at the cooldown of this. He's using it all the time. We see Kayn here. FIZZ has his E available, so it's not really that scary that he's here. The reason why he just jumped on Kayn there, by the way, is because Graves ran, right? He ran nearby, so he's trying to just start a fight with him. So, Kayn was trying to take the pink ward. Graves was pincering him in, and they attacked him from both angles. That's why FIZZ went in to slow him there. Wow. Just to let you guys know about the runes, I don't know if you guys saw that. This FIZZ player, he takes Triumph. So he takes Electrocute, Sudden Impact, I don't know if he takes Eyeball Collection or whatever, Ravenous Hunter, but he takes Triumph and Coup de Grace, so the damaging one, the one based on like how low people are. Is this an even trade? I think his wave is good, so it's probably actually good that he did that, I suppose. I didn't know if he's actually going to be able to survive there, but I mean, this guy plays so aggressive, and I guess it just works out sometimes. And I mean, it is sometimes fine. Okay, if we look at the wave, it probably will slow push back towards FIZZ, so it probably is good. Did he focus on that? I'm not sure. Maybe he just is an aggressive player and does that often, or maybe he actually is thinking about the wave. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's probably thinking that the wave is going to slow push back towards him, because I don't see why he wouldn't be thinking about that. So we'll just zoom forward. We see Kayn is actually mid right now. He's actually trying to fix the wave by shoving it in. And now FIZZ is going to have a bunch of CS to CS under tower, and he's going to get level 6 off of it. When he reaches level 6, are we going to see him go for like a all-in immediately? Because TF is still 5, and also he's flashless. And I want to see like... This guy has a extremely deep understanding of how much damage FIZZ does. Like, this guy ulties when people are like literally 100% HP with barrier, and I see him kill people and survive, and it's like, wow. I mean, I would have never done that before because I never knew that you could deal that much damage with those types of items or something. Okay, this is really good. We're gonna go over why this worked. Also, he's walking through a ward, but that's fine. Like, you're diving a Victor. It's quite easy to do, right? He's just running straight in. He's saving his E. The reason why he's saving his E to make it so he can drop the tower aggro whenever he wants if there was some type of outplay. Let's go over a super important concept, and I'm trying to make all these videos relatable. If you don't play FIZZ, this is still going to be super informative no matter what champion you're playing. Okay, so he goes mid. He collects the wave. And this is a... he's going to do something with wave manipulation here. That's going to make it so, like, he gets to do something on the map. So basically, this is a new wave that just arrived. This wave literally just arrived, like, 2 seconds ago. So what I like to call it is a fresh wave. It's a fresh wave. It just got here. That means that if you look at the map, waves come out of the Nexus over here, and there's no minions yet. So no other minions have spawned. Your roam timers are based on when the new minions will crash, and if no minions have spawned yet, that means you have a long time to roam, right? That's what it's based on. So fresh waves are the most important thing for roam timers. He used his ability, and he's pushing as fast as he can. Why is he pushing as fast as he can? Because this is actually going to give a roam timer. We see that this is the fresh wave. This is based off of how long can he roam for? He can roam for however long these minions before they crash mid to try to make a play happen. And in this case, he decides to try to roam top while TF is collecting the wave, right? So this guy's going missing. TF should be spam pinging that this guy is missing. I mean, he's pinged it one time, whatever. And he just immediately goes top to dive this guy because he has so much time. You can see that the mid wave is still on the way, right? It still has not crashed. And now... let's say that top lane was undivable. He could just run back mid now and probably not even miss a single creep because the melees are hitting each other. So after running about halfway through the river, this didn't have to work. About here-ish, you get to commit to like, this is gonna work, or we can go back mid and you miss nothing. That's how roaming works. It's based off of when this wave is coming in. So if you push a fresh wave quickly, you have a longer timer to do it. And then if the fresh wave stuff is confusing, an even more understanding version of it, I guess, would be based off of time. So at 6:29 is when the melees crash and hit each other. And it's going to be 6:29 every game because minions spawn every single set amount of seconds, or like 6:30, I guess, is another thing. So at 6:30, the minions are fighting each other. So that means that the faster he pushes, the more time before 6:30, right? You want to push and start roaming, and then you know you need to be back mid at 6:30, right? So he killed that guy top, goes back. He does this a lot, by the way. He goes for those level 2 boots. That's what I've noticed. I guess maybe it's for the roaming. Boots allows you to really trade a lot. He always goes these boots, by the way. He goes Ionian boots. But because it allows you to get the movement speed to get in range of people. Okay, the shark is on this guy. It's just bugged out. Let's go over just real quick. Graves is here. He knows that he's ganking. With Fizz, you can actually Q R, so you're casting your R mid-Q, which actually buffers it, so the Q, or the R has an animation, you know, where he, like, throws these, like, feeding time, whatever, right? But, with Q, it actually, starts channeling mid-Q, which makes it so it just immediately shoots out. So, it shoots out with no animation, and it's really easy to land it on him, and no hesitation. Just as soon as the jungler's there, I'm gonna shark, I'm gonna go in. Lets the wave crash. Now, will we see him push in the next wave and reset, or are we going to see him, okay, he's going for the blue buff there, just ignoring the creeps. I honestly hate losing melees like that, but I guess that's what you should do. Alright. He literally lost 3 melees there, but I guess getting blue buff that quickly is pretty important. Maybe to make sure that his Graves can continue farming quickly. Fizz Shark is a pretty low cooldown, so... Wow, doesn't use E there. Oh, okay, he's gonna use it on the wave instead. Now he's pushing as fast as possible. Why is he pushing as fast as possible? He wants the wave to crash, I suppose. There's always a reason. It's always better for a wave to crash than it is just, like, if the wave sits, like, let's say he doesn't fast push and the wave sits, like, here. Honestly, that's not really a good angle because it makes it so TF can, like, kind of control it. So I think he just wanted to crash under tower. Did he look for a roam? No, but it still was fixing the wave. For the most part, you don't want any champion to keep the wave stuck in this spot. It's bad. So I think he's just fixing it. Trade timers are based off of his E cooldown, so his E is back up. So what he does is he auto attack trades. He does the Q auto, W to auto attack reset. Remember, the W does an auto attack reset to proc the electrocute, and then immediately E's to get tower aggro out. This is a trade that costs a lot of mana, by the way, and I'm pretty sure he's mainly doing it because he has blue buff. Wow, he didn't even burn Ignite, by the way. I mean, I feel like this guy probably knows his timers pretty well. Right here, has no hesitation once again, sees TF, sharks him, uses the Aegis for the slow. TF has no barrier or anything, saves the Ignite, so now he has it for later, and just kills this guy. And this is, look at his items. Like, you have to think about, like, the item value here. Okay, so this is, 300 plus 600, so that's 900. I don't remember if it was 1100 or something. So that is 400, that is 350, right? So that's not that much money, actually, because that's 750 and another 900, right? So that's like 1650 or something. And then on this guy's side, he has 300, 400. This is like 1150. And this is 350 as well. So actually, they're kind of even on terms of gold value that they currently have. They're actually somewhat even, right? So it's not like FIZZ is just stat checking this guy, because like, look at his stats. He has boots in 2 rings, right? Like, he has actually nothing and just 100 to 0 this guy without Ignite. Without level 9 as well. What level is TF? He's 7? Wow, he was 7 as well. Yeah, they're both even level as well. He was not even 8 there, he was level 7. That's what I'm talking about. This guy knows his FIZZ damage so well. Like, would I just shark from that bush and all in without using Ignite? I doubt it, man. Like, just knowing the champion's damage like the back of your hand just makes it so you can do these plays where if you didn't know... What? Holy shit, man. Like, these guys... I mean, he's playing versus other challengers as well. Like, it's not just random people that he's playing. This is not like smurfing or something. He's literally has a challenger recall. It's a challenger account. Let's go over why that worked. Kind of. Okay, Kayn uses his Q. He auto attacks, uses the E to buff to cancel the tower shot, and then Kayn uses W, hits the E on him, auto attacks probably, and then auto attack resets. With W, okay, another mechanic with FIZZ, I guess, so you can auto attack and then W to auto attack reset. So it's like you auto W, like you can do it kind of fast, but you can Q after Wing. So basically you can auto QW or auto WQ, right? Auto WQ. And what you're gonna do is that your W is the on hit. So it's gonna make it so it's huge burst damage, immensely fast. So that's what happens here. In fact, I'm gonna put it inside slow motion. Oh, that sounds horrible. Well, shit, man. So we can see it. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to watch it just for a little bit longer. Anyways, what he does there is really, really fast, and even in slow motion, it's probably gonna look pretty insane. So what he does here, and he's unfortunately behind tower, he autos and then W's and then immediately Q's afterwards, and that's where all that burst came from. And then he ignites as well. So this guy's like dying inside of FIZZ right now, right? He looks for one more auto attack because Kayn wasn't gonna die there. Kayn could have probably stayed inside of FIZZ and probably maybe not died to the last auto or something. I don't know. But, Jesus, this guy's going to come back with, now he's going to be really strong. So he's going, the special build path that this guy goes is he always goes Zhonya's first, as well. And then I'm probably not going to go over this whole entire video because after a certain point, I'm trying to show you guys how to get fed, right? It's not really important to look at the game when he becomes so strong that he can just stat check everyone, right? Here, TF's clearing a ward. He's probably going to look to shark this guy if he steps up back through the same direction, but he's not. Okay, so I guess he just goes back mid, so... He didn't go for the guy. He was not stepping back mid through the path that he wanted, so just can't do it. He pushes mid immediately and sees that bot is maybe doing something, so he just pinged it, but he's going for mid tower here. TF and Kayn are inside of the river. Currently. Oh, and I will unmute it. Sorry about that. Just immediately all ins. And just gets his barrier. This is actually somewhat good to do, by the way, inside of your games. And something that I probably don't do enough. Immediately shark just all in. Just poke him. Barrier cooldown is like 3 minutes or 2.5 minutes or something. Like, it's long. FIZZ shark is 1 minute. Can you kill TF reliably when he has barrier? It's kind of hard. It's annoying. So what you can do with any champion is you can use your important cooldowns to burn the summoners that are going to prevent you from killing someone. If you're playing versus a Lux mid with barrier, it is so hard to kill her, right? But if you use your cooldowns just to... This guy's dead. He's going to die. Right? No, he's not. Wow, the potion saved him. Nice. Oh my goodness. So I guess they're just trying to kill this Fizz. I mean, they need to get the shutdown, right? The Twitch and the Lulu were actually not that weak. Oh, that still deals damage, by the way. Even when he was in his E. After this point, it might just be over. So what he does, by the way, after the Zhonya's, for anybody who has not seen any of these videos before with Mangofish, is that he goes for... Oh, this game might be a little bit different, but I've seen him go the Zhonya's into Liandry's for the CDR. Works out pretty well. This game, we can just skip forward to see what he does go for. But at this point, he's going to just be stat checking people. Like, immediately goes mid. The guy flashes away. Just fights him. He didn't Shark earlier, I guess. I guess that... I wonder if he did that on purpose. Like, he has Shark available here. Qs, doesn't Shark. Yeah. I mean, that must be on purpose. So now, this guy has no flash, and he just Sharks him then. He still has Ignite. Doesn't need to use it. Just 1 out of 0 is the guy. If anybody comes mid, he'll do Zhonya's to, like, if, like, Kayn showed up and was trying to, like, prevent him from doing that, he probably could have, still been able to survive as well. Just runs under tower. This is things that Fizz can do, dude. Like, just completely ignore towers at this point. Doesn't even matter. You have a Zhonya's, so you have armor, so the towers deal less damage. You have E and Zhonya's, both to make towers de-aggro you whenever you want. But I want to see what he builds next as well. Pushes mid. Anything that he does at this point is good as long as he gets a pick off. So it looks like he's going for Ludens, maybe? It's the first time I've ever seen him go Ludens. Most of the time he goes Liandry's. Maybe he's building Ludens because he's so fed at this point that going Magic Pen is good. I mean, to be honest, item builds are not too important. I would say the main takeaway here is that you should do the Ionian boots and the Zhonya's, and then from then do whatever you want with it, any Lost Chapter build. If you want to try going the Everfrost build, go ahead. If you want to try the Liandry's build, go ahead. It's not going to really change the gameplay too much. FIZZ can 1v2, possibly. Oh my god, he's so dead. He's not dead. Dude, what? My god. Also, Triumph, like, actually heals him for a lot, right? He healed 3 times there for 450. Or, I mean, 150, so 450 total. Sharks the Lulu because I guess he wants her to burn everything on herself. Oh, she doesn't even have ult. Also, the way he used his Q there is pretty impressive. He used his Q on the bottom side of Lulu, which actually pushes him over the wall. Also, she flashed over that wall. Wow. Anyways, I want to see what he actually builds. Okay, so he did go for the Ludens here, which gives Magic Pen. But anyways, I'm going to stop it there. At this point, it's just stat checking people. I hope you guys enjoyed the video on what you should be doing and focusing on when you're playing FIZZ. I watched some other mid-Vs videos, and I kind of like the style of like trying to teach people the advanced mechanics of like why you're doing certain things, the things that you should be looking out for. So let me know what you guys thought about the video. If you liked it, drop a like on it. You can tell me about other players that you guys ever want me to review and tell you the advanced things that they might be doing to give themselves an advantage inside of the game. Good luck to everybody who's going to try playing FIZZ now. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, if you liked it, be sure to drop a like on the video, and I will see you guys next time.